I'm Chris Trott from Trotty Golf. We're here at the Aviara Golf Academy. This is found inside the Aviara Golf Club. You may not know it as you go around the beautiful property, but if you want to work on your golf game, then Jason and the team are going to help you out. Let's take a look inside. So this is very much a family feel, a family vibe. You've got your two sons working here teaching for you. I know you've got a team of other professionals. How's that been over the years and what does that mean to yourself?
It's been quite a privilege to have it here. We have 4 teachers other than my sons and myself, so there's 7 of us total that have been here over 25 years. From a result of that, we've been able to form a good strategy of how to deal with lessons in schools and all different types of playing ability.
In terms of teaching, technology's coming. I see some of the facilities you have here, they've moved with the times.
Right.
How's that been something that you've embraced and kept on top of over the decades?
I've always tried to stay on top of the situation to see anything I can do that helps explain to the person what they have to do to work on. The force plates and the launch monitors just help feed into the whole thing of speeding up the learning process. I like to be able to use my eyes to see what I think is happening and the video confirms it. That's the best thing that can happen. But I still use my eyes and my sound. I mean, that's one of the hardest things I think about people trying to have online learning is the teacher cannot see the ball flight, the sound of the ball, so you're missing a huge part because as looking at as many swings as we all have, once you see the swing, you're feeding all this data into your brain and you go, that's what happened. Yeah. Well, if I don't have the reaction of the ball and the sound, it doesn't fill the whole picture.
As you drive past the 8th green here to the 9th tee, I get to see a lot of talent hitting balls in here. How's that compare to when you coach a newbie on the tee just over there?
It's just teaching.
So every player's the same?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta give the same attention to every player. I can get just as much enjoyment out of teaching a 20 handicapper as I can a quality junior. Considering I taught the 4 other teachers when they were young, they already know my philosophies and they never had taught before they started teaching from me, so I think I've definitely worn on them. They all have their own little ways they're going to communicate that message, but we're all basically accomplishing the same thing. You're trying to get people to understand what the fundamentals are and how that is intrinsic to even your potential to grow into your golf game. You know, a swing is something moving in a free and unrestricted arc around a center of motion. The number of amateur golfers that have a free and unrestricted motion around a center of motion is very small. Yeah. So that's one of our main things is just try to get the club to swing in freedom instead of hitting at a ball. That's what most people do. They get up and they see the ball and they hit the ball. And that becomes a hand-driven, arm-driven force versus a swinging motion around a center of motion.
So it's an understanding, I love that. This area is literally an oasis among a great golf course. You've got different teeing areas, you've got pitching greens, you've got bunkers, we've got the teaching academy here, and then different tee angles. So Jason, you've been here quite a long time coaching. What's the one thing that you like people to leave with if they come to you for an individual lesson?
I like to leave that with them having the feeling that they have a plan as to where they're going, that they have a really firm understanding of what their fundamentals in their swing are and how to practice and what to leave to know to go do. The first place I'm always going to go is the lesson tee and have them see them hit off grass. Because I just want to see the interaction with the ground and watch them and see their ball flight, see what their tendencies are outside, and then to bring them inside and kind of let them see them swing on video. It allows me to see their swings in slow motion and slow things down, as well as to get the force information just to see anything that maybe is happening underneath the ground that you don't see outside. Well, we offer instruction to all levels, so you can start as young as 4 or 5 years old out here, and we can teach you in a specific way to allow you to learn the game best. And then you could be 75, 80 years old and learning the game here, so all levels are welcome.
Well, I think it's important to try to take your students that are feeling like they make progress on the range to eventually go and play a couple holes. There's moments where you pick up on these little nuances of how they swing on a range versus what happens when we go in the real game out on the golf course. There might be issues with alignment, little things you got to pick up on to build that bridge of where they're breaking through on the range and then finally see those results come through on the golf course. I think you got to start with kind of a baseline motion that can feel like it repeats itself, right? You've got to have some sort of default motion that you feel like is your norm. And then after that, you want to try to build ability to kind of be versatile through all the different lies, situations where you need a ball to run or you need it to spin, so on and so forth. The more we can see them, the better we get to know them and help them eventually learn how to coach themselves to a degree. That's the best part about this game of golf. It doesn't really care who you are. We all just want to help you out and get a little better at this game. Our job is to help them understand their swing a little bit better, and then they've got to have a couple things to work on when they leave. It's not ever going to be a situation where it's, I've got an error in my swing, I need a Band-Aid, and off you go. You've got to have a little bit of an idea as a golfer where you are currently with your game, and then what sort of steps you want to take to get to the next level. Anytime that they come in and work on our software with like the launch monitors or the swing catalyst, we are able to do like a video review for them, and basically anything in the audio side is captured as well. So they get an email with basically the full dissertation of what they want to remember and work on. And that's a huge thing. I mean, any everyday golfer that's out there maybe has a 4-month period because of weather where they don't play. And I have students from all over the world that send me emails saying, I still watch your email that you sent me 5 years ago, and it really helped me on my next round.
At the TaylorMade Aviara Performance Center, we offer full bag fittings, driver fittings, iron fittings, wedge fittings, and even putter fittings. Whatever club you need to get dialed in, we're here to help.